I was like, Twist, that smoke, where did it come from? He told me, Pitta came up with it. It's brand
so it was
new.
like a first time.
It's brand new.
I always get scared when I say, oh, let's clip it, get it on the line.
So I got the information, and but I will add the extra additional information that they did look like a team that thought they could have done it in two. You know, like that was a tough loss on Nuke. EG now definitely have the momentum on their side. Let's see if it carries over. We're into the pistol.
We absolutely are. T-side start for the North Americans. They're going to have themselves Glocks across the board, one smoke, couple of flashes, and decent control towards the apartments. Looks like a pounce from that position. That's where the bomb will be there. And we're going to have the flash over, and Forrest eats it. He'll be have to hide in the corner at this point, but he finds that bomb, and Lekra will join him as well. This is looking great, but then there's a clean sweep on the cards. Even will deny that fact, but overall the round, they are very good in these sort of rounds, but difficult to make work on the T side of Inferno. They have got enough for an execution with the 5 smokes, flashbangs, and a Molotov for new boxes. They head towards B, and we'll see if they want to be combative towards that side of the map to kick things off. 5 players at T-steps, I would say almost certainly.
They're not going to do too much. They continue their acceleration. Lekra, however, could get caught off guard here. He has
He continues to find headshot after headshot. Great play from him. He's looking incredibly strong today.
He is. He's in the zone. 5-0 coming into round 3. Nades though, 3 nades for the T side. They might want to try and get an early opening for an aggressive CT, but only 1 so far thrown.
Yeah, Forrest is making Dad's cool, you know.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not quite a boomer. Damn. Boomers can't be cool.
Cool dads out there.
They're cool dads. Yeah.
Do you think you'll be a cool dad?
I think OJ Borg's a cool dad.
I don't know.
No?
He's a nice guy. I'll give him that. I'm not sure cool is the right
I don't know, man. I've seen him. He's been getting all muddy on his bicycles. That's pretty badass.
Yeah, I guess so. I definitely have a lot of fun with him.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to the Soul Shaker crew. He knows what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm sure he's watching this game.
Oh, of course.
He's always tuning in.
He always is. And in fact, you'll see him in Denmark not too long away.
That's a good point. Not too long at all. But for now, Alex, we're fixated on this Glock situation.
Yes, 3 frags so far to the EG squad. They have yet to really draw too much blood. And it doesn't seem too likely with what they have into this for a 3rd round. They've already thrown their early HEs and it didn't come to any success. In fact, all 5 members of NiP still with 100 points of health. Now we're going to be seeing that little dribble of utility. It's going to be the smoke to separate library from long. And here comes the push. Nice handle in so far.
One sick AWD player Inferno. You saw what you could do on the CD side of Nuke, but watch
this. He's going to be doing God's work here as we get into round number 4. No AWP on the T side, not a huge deal. They've got rifles across the board there. Tarak 0 and 3 once again. But very early days. We'll see if he can come along. Not being the best showing from him by his standards.
No, but look at Rez go. He's trying to bring the fight to Ethan, but greets him with a smile and a spray. Ethan?
But a little bit too late on that one. And like we said, you can see 6 seconds on the clock. They had to run with the bomb out. Doesn't work for them at all. 4-0 NiP. Just to reiterate, this is an elimination game. This is EG who've been lifting trophies this year, going to those deadly squads in all of CSGO, and Twist is making light work of them here in round number 5. Opening pick towards Cirque in the partial buy. CZs, Deagles, and a couple of bits of basic utility.
Yeah, that's a very good point you've made. And their T side, not only on train, but even Nuke, left a lot to be desired. But something we'll take a look at is the total for their T rounds once they conclude this half. Over the course of the series, I'm sure it could be quite alarming, considering just how good their defense has looked. A couple of city deaths, yeah, walking into Molotovs. We saw Breezy, of course, with his strange knife death. Just a couple of eyebrow raisers, and they're not too common when watching EG play. And there they go. Flashes completely avoided.
It enhances those lows when you're so conscious of the absence of
that voice. Something to be discussed, and at the moment you can see just how few frags they have to show for the opening 5.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what, quick counting here, 7 frags over the course of 5 rounds of play.
Yeah, again, their T side is just looking a little underwhelming. There's something not quite right this tournament with them, and I can't tell you what it is, because their T sides are normally spot on. Lots of aggression, lots of calculated plays, and I haven't really seen that so far. It's been like, they've looked disjointed, I think, overall. The fact that we've got like Cirque with an AWP, like 3 times now I think it's happened, where his teammates will go die somewhere and he's holding a lurk angle with the AWP. It's just like, why are you not there with them? Like, what? This is just like, this is the basics at this point. Like, the AWP needs to be there, backing the teammates up, finding the picks, and hopefully they get it together, because this is another disappointing start on their T side. No pistol victory or force fight to speak of. And we'll see Ethan once again dancing around those flames, this time not taking too much damage for the grenades. They certainly do. Oh my god, down to 37. He'll be packing himself back towards the T-steps.
They had his name on it. They really, they whipped out the Sharpies. They were like, Ethan, how is that? ETH, yeah. Still, he's kicking. Down to 37, and Forest is not going to have the same success from the same spot 2 rounds in a row. This is looking fantastic. EG flooding into the site. Frags delivered nicely. First one for Tarek. Breezy finding his second, and that round a guarantee, just like that.
See what I mean? Aggressive play, stick together, make your frags, that's all it requires. And there we go, it's going to be a clean sweep of the looks of things. Reds and Plopsky holding on to the AWP and Krieg respectively. We'll see if they can do that, just that, but that's a very fast approach there. Knowing the Forest playing towards that quad position, he's got the M4 in hand, one smoke towards Arch, flash up, go together, try and get the trades through, or just find all the headshots and come out of the apartments at the same time as well. And they're pretty relentless in their hunt. They're the ones with no cash here. I would not recommend this to people playing along at home. If your money's already broken and you're just winning your first round, keep everyone alive. They've won 5 rounds in a row. They're absolutely fine with cash, you are not.
Oh, and another one goes down. Tarek to the...
Okay, your round was won just like that. Nothing Twist could do. He had the orphans alive.
Last one, and there was 3 different angles, all willing and ready to take that fight with him. See if they can string some together now, EG. They certainly have to. Keep things respectable.
Oh, a lot of damage inflicted again with Ethan. He's learned his lesson. This time just down to 78, but the grenade still coming in thick and fast. He is getting battered and bruised on that side of the map. Oh, but he snuck through. Okay, thought he was done for there.
I think Plopsky's going to be able to set himself up here relatively by surprise.
Well, the fact he's got the AWP covering there as well, if just one shot is fired by Reds here, surprising he's got the AWP, it will be enough, but now he's left Plopsky isolated. I feel like, yeah, go back and join him. There's no real reason to rotate there. You've got such a great setup. I think he's just thrown a bit of utility down just to allow Plopsky to reposition, which is the case, because he was in a very committed spot there. That's like a one and done. Especially if they flash you, might not even get that.
And if they wanted him to be solo, which it does seem like that was their intention, that makes sense. So Rez will come back, bail his teammate out, and they set up for a 4-man hold of A, which is where the North Americans seem to be targeting their affection. At least that was how it started, because now, around the 45-second mark, in the words of Bop It, reverse.
Bop it. I haven't thought about that in about 20 years.
Spin it!
Yeah.
Twist it!
What a great idea.
That was a great game.
Let's bring it back.
Bop It esports, perhaps.
No doubt, surely. Here we go then.
Plopsky does have to find a second. The flashes are slowing them down perfectly. There's only 20 seconds. Another frag here will slow them down. They're still being flashback. They still come over. It's Breezy with a flash of his own to find the frag alongside Stan. And the bomb can go down. Advantage EG. The tide start to turn. Fresh mag for Twist as he's going to start to arrive on the scene. In fact, now by picking up that AWP, he might just want to look to try and save it. He is already heading back towards CT spawn. Whether or not he'll get away is a different question.
I think he's okay at this point. He's just going to be looking for any retreating players from the B-bomb side, but now starting to find a bit of success here. Power and numbers from EG overwhelming the likes of Plopsky, waiting towards that B side. They actually had so much control that the problem is didn't have much utility to speak of when the commitment actually came through. I feel like it's keeping Reds towards the barrels there, Plopsky towards logs. That was safe as houses. That's such a strong position to be in, and they just kind of went back to a standard 1 anchor, 4 towards A. I felt like they should capitalize the fact they got someone towards logs. I felt such a strong position.
And so it is 2 then to 5. After the first 5 from the Swedes, we do see that some rounds strung together. Let's see how far EG can push this. A timeout called from NiP, 10 seconds remaining on that. And as is Peter still on the microphone, he's making full use of that time available to him. Worth mentioning that Forrest is on 11 frags after his performance in that pistol, and he's had multiple multi-kill rounds on that A site.
Yeah, he really has. Looking strong as ever. All for Twist once again, saving the previous round, of course. Round loss bonus not already there on the CT side, considering they had such a great start. We'll see if they can continue now, though, as the saved weapons are brought over. Here are the odds brought to you by Pinnacle.com. You can see relatively equal for now, but a slight edge towards NiP, apparently. So there we go. Now 5-2 up after all. Run boost from Twist. That's very well done.
Wow, that's so satisfying to watch. Yeah. Gliding across, face pressed against the wall as well. Oh, and I mean, this has been a story of Ethan losing his health early. I mean, it's every round 30, 40, 50, 61 this time. But he's so, I mean, he realizes his presence there is a necessity to an extent.
Yeah, well, he still manages to live to tell the tale, and they've actually got banana control. Right now, the CT's falling right back. They're actually going to go towards the side itself. They still have incendiaries, smokes, and a flashbang on that side of the map. We're going to see a boost towards first oranges, allows you to avoid flashes over the top of the roof, and potentially the flames as well, depending on where it lands. But you're normally pretty safe in this position, and it's good to throw in 1 to half or so. Res will be directly beneath him to take the initial aggro, and hopefully we'll see Popsky go for a big spray down after that. It's very satisfying to watch when it comes through, but it is a common pre-fire. You need your teammate to really set up the bait for yourself.
A smoke popularized by the man he plays against. Breezy throws out the...
You have to choose one or the other. You either go super aggressive, you're challenging that, or you're just going to hold the bomb site itself and just nade at the start, try and hold them off, deny the rush, and they need to work out what their game plan's going to be there, because right now EG's starting to hit some serious shots, and in round number 9 here, just the AWP for Lecro, surrounded by some pistols with no armor. Good nades.
Yeah, that looks perfect, and it lands straight in the toes of Twist. He was... Res down to 44 on that boost. He could perhaps catch one before Breezy wisely will put some bullets in that direction. So another round looks like it's going to be going the way of EG. 5-0 and 4 in response from EG. Necro desperately going to want to try and keep hold of that AWP. Forrest could have a rifle to retrieve, especially given the fact he's got no armor. He's going to be taking all of those risks and picking that one up. Eventually, there we go. And to T-spawn they go. Time to preserve these weapons. It does seem like EG are considering somewhat of a coordinated hunt, though. They have got so much cash to play with. They're willing to try and deny this, really try and shift the momentum in favor of the North American org.
Well, yeah, it's certainly getting to that position now. They were 5-0 down, but this will be their 4th round in a row on the T side. They changed the pace up. As soon as they started playing with more conviction, instead of just running defaults and falling flat with time and just having nothing left to play with, Santa Swords kind of changed the game plan completely. Well, we're going for a fast A, 2 other apartments, flash over, get stuck in there. Ever since then, they've looked unstoppable. They've looked so much better. The timings are much more on points. They've actually got an AWP for Cirque now as well. Money's flowing quite nicely. Would you stop?
Respect the eardrums of the viewers. Oh my god. Okay.
The bulbs in the spawn.
There's a balance spawn still. You can see it right there.
I'll keep that
Ethan,
quiet.
fortunately, has his knife out, so Henry's eardrums and yours at home are still safe. Let's see the fast flash, and we'll see the early utility exchanges. Typically, that fast molly down the middle, and then it all starts in banana. Plopsky actually just charging straight into Ethan's domain, and this exchange, once again, he is wounded. Down to 33, but another frag. Ethan, 2 quick shots down the banana area is going to get the CTs really shaken.
You see what I mean, Alex? Is like, it's not quite aggressive, but it's not defensive either. You send one player down there, but it's
right.
They're all back. I'm sure there's a flash behind him, but there's no instant swing. Just a bit of information gathered that one of them's low HP, but Ethan just dead on with his shots there. I'm not really seeing what the game plan is here towards B. Like, they're just hoping that these pushes working out. They're doing great damage to grenades, but a 5-on-3 now. Luckily, 2 players still there, but EG being very careful.
But Ethan getting those 2 frags did win the round so very early, or at least give them a good
leap in that direction. So if you're interested, EG, they previously had 40 rounds after the 15 of play on Train, 5 after the 15 of play on Nuke, and so if they win another round, it will be their best T side in the series, which is saying an awful lot.
Not saying too much, but you are dead on. It's looking much more promising at this point, and it's a recovery as well, so that's great. We will see, though, the CTs limping into the next round. Maximum loss motives for sure, but the MP9's out for Plopsky. Good smokes deployed and decent damage to 2 players there. Cirque and Stan, both down to 50 HP, but that Molotov is going to make things a bit more problematic as Ethan, he'll find a skull of Forest. The bodies are destroyed.
The Twist can make some impact with this orb. He's got a great spawn if he was feeling it, but it does look like he'll take a much more passive approach to start things off.
AWP, and indeed our defensive line here. EG will be aware of this situation. They'll be tracking the money themselves. They'll know at best as a partial buy coming through, but, well, Cirque, he'll take matters into his own hands at the start of the round and just remove that orb right away.
Yep, that is the weapon gone. Gosh, it was Ethan with his double kills beforehand. Breezy's done it as well. Now it's Cirque who steps up to the entry fragging plate. An early disadvantage for NiP, and of course...
Ooh, they're grabbing the orb at least.
That is something. With the smoke set up, they can do so safely. But where do you take it? Lecro, for now, looks to be opting for supporting on the A side, but now stands on his way into B. There's utility behind it. There is no bomb, worth mentioning. And Plopsky's already taken down Stan, so there isn't too much of a gamble here, but there is going to be some weapons delivered. Good damage chipping away. Plopsky onto Cirque. The bomb now considered...
Working together and sticking his pack, and he decided to try and pounce on a couple of deagles and a CZ, so I
Get at a deagle, you try to run in there, give a rifle away, run the time down real low, like, just stay together. That's what's working for you, especially against those pistols. It's a gutting round to give away. It's not a huge deal, it's 6-6 still, and they've got plenty of money, as we described before, but they dropped the ball there.
Yeah, looking a little discombobulated. The miscommunication of the opening 5 returns in the 12th. Double AWP now establishing for NiP. And Forrest, where did he catch Breezy there? Wallbang. Tough death, bitter pill to swallow. But the duel won for the Swedes in apps early. Where's the...
Stopper of a clutch, but not meant to be this time. We get into the next round. It's going to be 7-6. NiP take the lead. Money available on both sides of the Cirque. Brings out the AWP. Cirque only have 2 kills, just to note.
2 tactical timeouts remaining for EG, and that is an interesting one. So
they always seem to have one player absent on their T side.
2 frags. Round 14. Yeah, it was on every map so far. You're right. There's been one player who doesn't really get going until the second.
Well then, to be fair, they've got enough rounds. I said that with bated breath on their T side. It's never enough, you know.
It's like, never enough.
Unless you get 15. But still, like, it's a pretty serviceable half so far. They've got the AWP for Cirque again, but that hasn't been great. Like, he's such a good rifler himself. Like, maybe just worth getting him on the rifle just to be part of the pack again, which has been working out so well for them. But he has got them one very impactful kill, I guess, towards middle. But either way, his res this time on the sniper himself, going to be joining Twist with that responsibility.
Pulls a lot of early util out of the CTs. Mollies, though, not smokes. Worth mentioning, they still have them. And so the pressure remains on EG whilst the time is plentiful. We do see a CT smoke, and yet a very late arrival at Banana, hoping that that could draw something out of the ninjas, but nothing. They do not waver, and instead will wait for the contact of Rez. A Plopsky flash and swing, a possibility, but it's time for this barrage of utility to get thrown towards the site.
Full B execution coming through, and it's going to be a difficult one to contain. You can see that pressure applied. The CDs are having to smoke themselves in. It's Rez with the AWP. He's going to have no vision whatsoever, so he's useless in this scenario now. It's all down to Plopsky, who's been painted into a corner himself. That couldn't have got any better for EG. That is picture perfect. Electro, you might want to consider falling back already, because this round is done.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That is so brutal. I love that we actually got to feel that from the CT's perspective and not just see the T's walking in. Because it wasn't the kills that won them that round. It was just seeing how choked you were as someone looking to defend that site. You've got flames, you're extinguishing them, you're lost in the smoke.
That was the problem, right? Because the Molotovs are so precise and so spot on to their positions, they actually just eradicated their own vision, especially Rez. This is like, well, this AWP is actually useless now.
Like a sad magician with his smoke on the floor.
It's better than going down with nothing, I suppose. Might be able to survive a few seconds, but like a captain solemnly going down with the ship, he had to let that round go. He knew he was done for, and we'll see this one go to EG. They'll survive in the corner there, 4 players. The mentality as well, the really elite players will, when they see the Molotovs land on the bomb site, if you're playing Coffins, for example, you throw a smoke the first orange to suggest someone's in there. That's a really cool play.
We've seen that on Nuke as well. CTs have started like smoking the hut when someone mollies it.
Exactly.
It's interesting.
Yeah, that's a perfect example, yeah.
So, Forrest actually quite aggressively looking to contest in apps, and Tarek is considering it. Breezy up second mid, and the battle for Banana once again for the last round of the half. It makes sense that it's Ethan that catches 2 nades and down to 49. And despite all of that, he has been the frag leader this whole half, despite having to play every single round with half health at what seems to be a bare minimum. Great catch from Forrest. It's not the first time he's won that duel with Breezy in the early apps. Control. Face in the smoke there. Wanting to go as it clears. Just as it dissipates, they take that as their cue. Yeah, starting to walk. Boost will be set up now, this time with a weapon. Previously, Rez, with just the CZ, was unable to weather that pre-fire, and it's actually Cirque. He's got a good shot here. And straight in, Plopsky gone, and the B site is theirs again. EG, they've found the recipe for success.
They really have, haven't they? That B site is getting absolutely ruined every single round, and there'll be no saving this time. It's number 15, and Twist tries to rotate in, but he's taken down by Circus, patrolling the perimeter, and now Forrest and Electro. They have to go for it, Alex, but there really is nothing they can do. They're getting absolutely wrecked through the smoke. What a great half that was. It was a 5-0 deficit against EG on their T side of Inferno, and they bring it back to a victory, 8-7. What a great performance that was towards the end.
Yeah, NiP, our final half. One of these teams is off to the semi-finals. Astralis and Liquid already locked in a day prior. EG, they had an incredible way to close out the first half of Inferno. I'm joined by Henry G, and what was 5-0 ended 8-7. First blood looking being hunted by EG. Aggressive stance into second mid, and it's Ethan. A flash from Stan combined, and he's got another one.
Oh god, that is pure destruction towards second middle. The flashbang from Stan, it yields 3 frags and res. He's looking at 6s and 7s right now. Nothing can be done about this scenario.
Okay, the USB's working perfectly in that range. Yeah, that was spicy. I enjoyed it a lot.
CT aggression on CT pistols and Inferno, and that one was one of the more successful ones. Normally they'll send like 3 players down the actual mouth of middle, but facing towards second middle makes a lot of sense, right? The Glocks would have a very difficult time challenging that position. Ethan makes light work of it with a bit of backup from Stan as well, who flashed over the top towards second mid. And Cirque, he's not slowing down looks of things. He's going to get full B control. Now remember, we talked about this before, once you actually gain this sort of control, it's better off just to take someone in like this and just remain in that position, because you've expended a lot of utility as well. You might as well see if you can make this one work, especially with that MP9 right at the bottom. That's why Ethan keeps firing off those speculative shots, just trying to suggest that he's still there, maybe anchoring by himself with the rifle.
Yeah, that jiggle as well. He wants them to see that info, make that call. That's exactly what Rez is going to do. I mean, if he hits the shot, it's a little more scary, and they're going to check it, but it's not going to stop Cirque from just mowing them down. It's like a bulldozer, that MP9 flattens the opposition. Lecro, however, with his Desert Eagle, 2 frags to his name as a second comes in. Stan down as well. The Desert Eagle of Lecro, it's always a potent combination.
Yeah, it's one of the more scary ones in CSGO. 2 kills to his name so far. And now with FAMAS in hand, he'll be joined by Forest. They have got a fighting chance in this one after losing the pistol and the first 2 frags of the second round. Things come to a bit of a standstill with 40 seconds on the clock, looking for the next opening. If
I'm Lecro, I want to throw that FAMAS into the hands of Forest. He's likely got a rifle himself to pick up here at the top of mid on Stan's corpse, if he wanted it. Instead, it's going to be Lecro looking in the right direction.
He's going to have to peek eventually.
Yeah, he is, but it's waiting perfectly for his teammate. Breezy will end what Stan managed to start. So Forrest just going to be beelining it towards B. He's trying to separate it into a 1v1. He's got the right idea. Now it's just a question of the aim. Cross out. Oh, and the timing just as he decides.
But for now, BT50 blocks, and maybe people like considering he managed to
accumulate $600 in the previous round, those 2 kills. So he can get away with an extra pistol. 3 HEs, presumably used towards the top of Banana, I'd imagine. And we'll see if that's the case and whether it can find a kill.
Now, if only he was top of middle, so that could have been punished just a little bit, but instead just going to see the typical utility exchange and good damage to the CTs, but it's Ethan! He just holds down mouse 1 and shreds 4 members of NiP, picked apart in an instant. And this round, nice and quick, just keeping things neat and tidy. Even a nade down there as Ethan, he wants the ace, and he's gifted it by his...
second half, 3-0 down, takes their own medicine. Oh, twist.
His name, Rez, a key name of the NiP unit 4 and 12. Forest, considering he's had up and down year. In 2019, this has been a pretty remarkable tournament for him. The last couple of months have been great.
Yeah, really have. Rez, however, an absence that you really can't afford when up against a world-class opposition like this. Fantastic start, and something I wanted to mention, and something that's often discussed regarding NiP's T-side here on Inferno, is the proficiency by which Plopsky can slowly lurk B. He will be given so many freedoms. Admittedly, it may not be against an opposition like this, especially when they contest so heavily, but he is relentless in his presence on Banana, and he does so very effectively. A similar role to that of Ethan from the half before.
Taking equal damage and a bit more now as Cirque with the smoke down at T steps. He needs to be very careful. At 14 HP, just wants to grab that rifle and get out if possible, but he knows shots will be coming through any second now. Waiting for that to die down, and he'll presumably make his way back. Might just want to run at this point. Either way, Lecro looking at the challenge from the boiler room. Remember, this is a bit of a bonus situation for the CTs right now. 3-0 up, they haven't upgraded many of the weapons. The UMP out there, there's FAMAS as well. Cirque had the MP9, which he now turns into a Krieg. A lot of damage inflicted there.
So low, look at them all.
Breezy. Makes it look easy for us.
So that's the first on their T side. Let's see how things continue to shape up. The bonus round, as you said before. EG didn't quite manage to convert it.
Yeah, that's a good point to bear in mind. So as long as they made that round competitive and it's close, they'll be fine of it. It was looking great with the first couple of picks they got, but it all fell apart very quickly. This is the first proper gun round now. Circle on the AWP. Krieg have a stand, not breezy as the nades are exchanged. You can see Rez happy to be on 79 HP considering how much is thrown down there. And now it all quietens down for a little bit here. We have got Ethan and Tarek patrolling that B side of the map, both with rifles and one smoke between them. That's all the utility they have, and they're going to go for the boost we talked about before, but will they maintain it? NiP couldn't hold that nerve there before.
That's a good point. Really cost them. Rez and Plopsky, the B players. Got a little antsy at times. Ethan's going to be jiggling for info. We'll just smoke at the mouth as soon as he's given it, but oof, an opportunity for Rez. Couldn't quite connect. Pulls a smoke out at the 60-second mark, and you can see there is only just one more smoke remaining for EG. So NiP, this default's paid dividends. You really have pulled a lot of the powerful utility away from them early enough. But what's the finish? Seems the bomb's going B, and Forrest being left to his own devices, and actually goes out with his back turned. Can't blame Lekro for that one. Still manages to find the frag, and now he's going to rejoin his squad.
Yeah, they'll take a 4-on-4, no problem at all. It's better than them both going down. And let me tell you, as Tarek, remember, he can avoid the flames in this position, and most of the flashbangs. He will take one.
That is juicy. Yeah, it's a beast boy.
Back in the middle, does seem to be leaning towards the A side of things.
Oh,
Oopsie doopsie.
So nothing super fast coming through after a little bit of a bump there in spawn, so might just be holding defensively for now. They still can boost towards middle on that pallet position like I mentioned. Let's see whether they've got that in mind. It goes towards boiler for now. Gonna look at the bridge, I would assume. Molotov will dissuade him.
That's enough. Ethan, doesn't matter if he's not on the T side anymore. He's still catching utility down to 31. Plopsky, a similar fate for him. He's caught some from the B defenders. Despite there only being USPs, those extra HEs have softened them up a little bit. NiP, this isn't a question of winning the round. That should be a guarantee. It's more about preservation. What is this? Over the smoke, they do get a line of sight.
It's a bit of a balancing act, this one.
Yeah.
Look at them go, that's nice. Off they go, silently dismount. 10 out of 10 from the judges.
Simon Cowell's impressed.
He is now judging the gymnastics competition here.
Yep, a little bit of a mixed bag. Mariah Carey's going to be showing up in a bit. Still, smokes are arriving, and actually there is presence on those coffins. They're boosting over that smoke, I believe. It looked like it. But Rez just on his solo mission, walking through. We'll get the information. The boost works out. That's going to be a Krieg delivered. But towards A they go, and it is just the USPs. Where is Cirque's AWP? Now a Krieg for Tarek as well. The rotate's going to be coming in from Cirque. Will it be able to find the library? And good dink. Damage dealt. Could be finished off. Wasn't profited by Breezy. Twist, however, caught. EG are making a lot out of this. I mean, essentially an eco. Just that saved AWP from Cirque, and oh, he's been caught off, and I think he's caught on the lip of the wall. Couldn't quite get through. I think a broom just cost Cirque his AWP.
Well, he's been swept away now, Alex. That's all I can say. As they'll recover the AWP and the Krieg, and like you said, it was an eco round. If they leave with the sniper and a rifle as well, that's actually a pretty good outcome. And I like the fact we're actually going to have a nice close game here to close this out of the series. Remember, elimination game. Winner goes to the semis. Loser goes home, unfortunately. I'd like to say it was sunny here, but it's a real horrible time of year in Texas. Not really much to talk about apart from the rain and the clouds. So you're not exactly having a holiday.
No, it's because you're watching Counter-Strike. It's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, strap yourself in because the Counter-Strike continues after this as well. Fnatic.
So you step on it, it smacks you right in the face.
Was there a kind of a...
No, it was more like just tears in my eyes. Just trying to hold it together.
Just been slapped directly on the bridge of your nose.
Solid wood, yeah.
That's not actually very enjoyable, I imagine.
No, wasn't as funny as they make it out to be. Either way, here's Cirque. He's trying to get aggressive towards second middle there. Incendiary down towards T-set to buy him 6 seconds or so to find that pick. Didn't get it, but he survives, so it's not a big deal. Rez does not, however. The wall bang incendiary combo is a little bit too much to manage. Incendiary thrown by Stanislaw, then the wall bang through the half wall from Tarek.
Interesting. Fast 3-man B lean to start off for the CT side. They'll just send Ethan back after his initial utility support. He's only leaving with an incendiary. And so the ninjas start their crawl. Very tight line held by Tarek. 2 AWPs in play. And of course the first bullet that left his AWP went straight into Rez through that half wall. CT will be smoked. What's Tarek's response? Smoke of his own. The smoke exchange. That sounds like a pretentious bar, doesn't it?
Probably one we would be founded.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Welcome to Smoke Exchange. Here's your menu. It's written on a slab of slate.
All drinks are served in jam jars.
Yes, absolutely. And if you would like a starter, that'll be $26. Here we are, Stan playing close to the smoke, though. And that could be perfect. Body shots, though, it's not enough. Tarek will finish what Stan started. There's still 3 remaining, though, for NiP. And with 30 seconds, they know that they have to commit. Slowly crawling in, it will be Forest using the smoke to hunt down Nubox, and now keeping things level. Utility can be... It's all Forest, actually. He might want to molly towards CT to enable the escape. He does. And now they can set up for the post plant. NiP, they've managed to make this work.
This is looking strong for them as well. There's only flashbangs available on the CT side, but the orb's working. Lecro up high will take it down to a 2 versus 2 now. Getting right down to the wire here. And looking to tie things up at 11-11. Lecro with an off-angle position. Forest has been discovered, but not taken down. That should be a kill for Lecro. It's not the cleanest. Oh my goodness, than ever. It's going to be a round for an NiP. He knew there was a broom.
I knew I wasn't tripping. Gosh, look at them. I mean, to be fair, a little bit of credit to be given to Suck, because his movement did make that more difficult for the spray to connect. A lot of players do that. They'll turn their back to reload their mag, especially in like pistols. You start strafing back and forth, couple of wiggles. Your hitbox is a nightmare. Nade looks good, though. Damn.
It's not bad, is it? He's right down there.
Yeah, you feel safe, but that isn't info, because that means the CTs are push mid.
Yeah, they were very deep grenades. You're dead on there. Stanislaw, P250 in hand. The flashbang, nice idea, but not quite effective enough. It's going to be Plovsky to find the initial frag here, and it's Twist, low HP with the AWP, actually holding towards T-step still. They just want to put the brakes on now. No one has to push, no one has to do anything too crazy. Just hold up and wait for any sort of reactive play from the CT side, and just get together and make sure you trade out.
If anyone was wondering, by the way, what Henry says when you're playing Counter-Strike with him, that sentence right there...
It actually did feel a bit too familiar. It's normally on Inferno as well, right? It's right,
everyone,
we've all got to pick.
Stop moving.
Do nothing.
Yes.
We normally employ a 30-second rule where you're not allowed to peek, you're not allowed to challenge, you don't even think. You're just going to hold an angle, wait for them to push. And every time I say it, everyone at the CTs will eventually give you an opportunity.
And Machine, death in the kill feed following that call from Henry. Henry doesn't say anything but a sigh. And the CZ from Breezy does put a rifle in his hand now. So 4 versus 4, but with an armored rifle, EG have a golden goose.
They really do, but unfortunately the bomb being planted, I'm not sure they'll even challenge this. They might as well hold it to the Molotov, and AK commented as a CZ and armor on Breezy as well, so very unlikely they win this round, but he'll stick around with some exit frag for sure. He knows he can pretty much out-aim anyone on the server right now. He's looking not as spicy as usual, but he's hit some pretty impressive shots. Only 12 kills to his name. Ethan with 21, which is much more deadly, but it will be NiP to...
You called it, you said, we're getting a close game in the series, ending on Inferno, it does just feel like
a Counter-Strike treat when you get that third map close one.
Absolutely, especially with NiP waking up as well. Looks like they were getting mauled for some stages of the first half, especially towards the end after having a 5-0 lead, 8-7 for EG in the end. He thought, okay, this is where EG just run away with it, but I'm really liking this from NiP right now. Good coordination, winning out in the clutches, sometimes a little bit scrappy, but overall they're getting the rounds on the board. No massive blunders, as you would say, just yet. We're getting to another exchange towards B. It's always a prolific part of the map, and we'll see Twist taking initial damage there, Rez with some as well, so they hold on to their HEs at that point. So instead of throwing them early, like most teams would, they're making sure they get to the top, then deploy them. And that's very valuable, especially these M4s. That's now 1-tap potential against Twist and Rez.
And now Molotov arrives as to further dissuade them. At the very least, delay. Now the smokes are arriving. EG have got a couple of lovely utility tricks up their sleeve as well. I love the stand molly you've seen him throw. He throws it to actually land and spread into the underpass tunnel, as opposed to being the standard just T-ramp Molotov. A couple of extra details from the EG. This is fast though. Look at NiP. They're just accelerating. They decided to make the call, and now Rez is greeted by 2. The welcoming party was rather... quite the opposite of welcoming. Ethan, however, catching Twist as well with such a commonly pre-fired spot, jumping up on those boxes. It feels so satisfying. You think you're going to get the line of sight, but the bullet's often thrown, and lots of pre-aiming there. This time, Forest does shut down Cirque. This makes this a possibility. 2v5 though, Henry.
Yeah, they have to be combative. They know that. Plovsky on to sit there on the bomb site. He needs to find multiple frags here, but working in tandem, EG should make light work of this, unless Forest goes absolutely berserk here. Great shot. Can't stress that enough, but of course, with the AWP, the resets there, can't get multiple frags. Was hoping to survive for a few seconds, but wasn't meant to.
I think it's funny,
Yeah.
it's even less funny.
It just kills out. It's
Yeah.
like, if I hear that word now, I'm just like, come on, let's leave that alone.
I'm going to regurgitate someone else's humour because I can't come up with anything myself. Good Molotov though down towards the T-Ramp. That's thought from Stan, the more original version, but aggressive down Banana. This is going to catch Rez out. There's no way he survives this one. Suppressing bullets from Ethan and a second spray from him as well. I'm not sure he's going to be able to get away. He is, and courtesy of some utility, NiP are taking a battering after that deep smoke.
5 on 4. An assertive push there from Ethan. There was no doubt in his mind he was finding that frag. As soon as that Molotov was extinguished, he knew exactly where he had the fire. Continues to apply pressure towards the T steps, funneling NiP up towards the A site. This might be similar to what we saw from EG in the first half. A couple of flashes out, 2 players there out of the apartments, but they're smoked off for now. Dribble smoke could be deployed from the T apartments here. This will just land on the hay bales. You can flash off the chimney as well. We'll see whether this is going to be enough to gain access for NiP. The flash coming momentarily, and then 3 players will just have to commit, hope for the best. Not much method behind this madness.
Yeah, it was actually first the Molotov, now the flash. They've been delaying Let Crow's flash for so long. Now they get the signal to go, and no one's white. Stan's going to get the first, Breezy the second. Another, this time Stan as well from Pit. He's just chiming him in. It's a shooting gallery for 2 of them.
Underwhelming final after that. They didn't really have a lot to work with grenades or anything. They'd lost map control, being pushed
Out or bullied out of the B-bomb site, had to go through A, and we saw that approach. It's a very common one, can be very effective. It's all down to the timings. You have to catch them off guard. You have to catch someone with a grenade in their hand or a CT in transition, but it was very obvious. With even with full control towards B, they had a full setup of crossfires towards the A site. Was never really going to work out, but they had to do something.
This looks like a nice quick push, and Cirque, what? Barely blinks, and another one. Rez plucked out of the air. He's looking for...
That's very good. Ethan's bullying them off that area. Bananas especially.
That's when they can actually execute. Their executions have looked very good so far. Once they get control of the B side, they seem to be clutching out once the bomb's been planted. But double up set up out once again. This time for Tarek and Cirque. See whether Cirque can get going here. Still has a few rounds to go, and there's Tarek. Great shot towards Plopsky. You said he was prevalent towards the banana area, and this time removed.
Nothing he can do. Just forced to watch now as 15 and potentially a broken final round for NiP to follow it. This holds a lot of weight, and now Plopsky cannot have any impact on it. Tarek, risk versus reward. This time he'll be taking the latter. You said B has worked best for them, and it seems that NiP tend to agree. Could just be one of those executes. They've got smokes, 1 Molotov. Here we go.
So what can we do with a flash in return from the CTs?
I don't actually see the scope on his screen. That's how quick he's quick scoping. So 15 to 12.
And money broken.
And money broken. It was the AWPs that won the last 2 rounds. Cirque, of course, handling that CZ rush up middle, and now doing the very same to keep NiP's B site take dreams crushed. This is all NiP can do. 1 round away from being eliminated here in Arlington. EG to throw the knockout blow. Plopsky's quite safe in that corner. He's not going to be complaining. Perhaps he can catch them unawares, especially now Ethan's playing ahead of that Molotov. Plopsky's looking to